Today is 2 weeks out. I had a few friends take it today, so obviously like hearing from them, it makes me a little more anxious. But it's just been a really busy week. I've been in lab every day doing research and studying whenever I get home at night, then trying to hit the gym just so I can de-stress. I'm finishing up psych and sociology modules tonight. But I thought I'd show you guys how I'm organizing all the material that I have, because there's a lot of it. This is what my binder looks like. And this is just notes that I've taken from my classes. So I have it organized by, this is biology, general chemistry, or organic chemistry, LOL. I think this is physics, and then psych and soc, and it's separated by, like the first tab for each one is notes that I've taken on my own, and the second one is notes that I took in class from the prep class that I'm taking.
One eternity later.
Hey guys, what's up? So it's Saturday. I forgot to pick up the camera all week, but I just moved into kind of temporary housing. I'm staying at a family friend's house for the week before my Mcat. I stayed up studying till like 4 a.m. last night, not because I felt like I needed to, but I just wasn't tired and I wanted to review information. So, and then I got up this morning to move. So I'm running on about 3.5 hours of sleep right now. I'm trying to fight it. I'm trying to make sure I stay awake so I can go to bed at a decent hour tonight and get back on track. But I'm just gonna do some cleaning, organizing around here since a lot of my stuff still is in their house, for storage. And then I'm gonna get back to studying. And then tomorrow I'm taking one more practice test, and then my test is on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Good morning. It's Sunday, and I'm about to take my last practice exam ever. It's almost over. This is the AAMC exam, which is the last one they tell you to take before your actual Mcat, because it's usually a more accurate tell of what your actual score will be. So I'm a little anxious. I'm gonna go probably grab just Starbucks, I guess, just because I need to get out of the house, and maybe grab groceries so I can make dinner tonight. And then I will just be testing all day, so kind of boring, but it's almost over. I'm so ready for this to be done. This test has me so stressed, but seriously, 6 more days and I am done, and I get to move into my new house, and I get to take a trip with my mom, so I'm looking forward to it. Also, I want to get into a good med school, so that's motivation enough, really. I look so tired. I mean, I am tired, but I look so tired. Goodness. Okay, we might do a little mascara today because I am not trying to look like this, even if I'm just going to Starbucks and Trader Joe's. Why do I look so tired? Mcat week. I'm so ready for this to be over so I can actually get a full 8 hours if I want it, because I think even they tell you to regulate your sleep schedule, but I've been so anxious lately that if I go to bed at any point before midnight, I feel really guilty and can't sleep anyway, so I've just been studying till really late. So I gotta figure out how to deal with that so I can get enough sleep the night before the exam. But we'll see. I mean, I feel like the adrenaline of the test will keep you awake during it too. So I'm not as concerned about falling asleep during exams because I have done that before. It was my first college math exam. It was summer before my freshman year. I was here doing a program that summer, and I just hadn't got enough sleep the night before, and I knew the information, but I fell asleep during the test, and the average is pretty high on the test, and the professor was so confused. He was like, why? What's wrong? Did you not understand it? And I was like, no, I'm gonna be honest with you, I fell asleep during the exam. He was like, oh, he's like, well, you should work on getting more sleep, but and just pulled me into his office, just gave me a couple of example problems and was like, solve these in front of me, and I solved them, and he was like, oh, okay, so you do know how to do it. And I was like, yeah, I really just fell asleep. And so he bumped my grade up, which was incredible of him. But yeah, don't fall asleep during exams. That's the pro tip. Okay, I'm downstairs. I'm gonna arrange my whole setup for my test so that way when I get back from Starbucks, I'm good to go. So These were like, that's my book and my notes from last night, then all my note cards. There's so many note cards. I'll use some of that behind there, the scratch paper, phone charger. Not that I use my phone during the exam, but like I like to keep it on and alert since I'm home alone. Let's see. I think I'm good. Let's get Starbucks. I'm back with Starbucks and Trader Joe's. So I got my typical Starbucks drink, my caramelized coffee with coconut milk, and then a chocolate croissant because I figured I'm putting myself through a practice test. I can treat myself today. Then I got a couple of things at Trader Joe's. I do have a lot of groceries here already from when I moved from my other house, but I just got some bread. Here, I'll pull everything out. So we got bread, just normal bread, some pasta. I got like gluten-free brown rice and quinoa, which I've never tried before, but I figured if I'm gonna smother it in pasta sauce, it doesn't really make a difference what kind of pasta it is. Pasta sauce, I literally just got the cheapest one they had. Falling on a budget here, y'all. Bought some tea. This is one of my favorite teas, but also because I left all my other tea at the other house, which I need to go pick up at some point. Brought some broccoli. I get it frozen just because it's easier to cook it and it's faster, but fresh broccoli is definitely much better. Some Parmesan cheese for my pasta. Let's see, creamer for my coffee if I do make it here. This is the one I normally use, like if I go to like a normal grocery store, but just coconut milk creamer, like I feel like they can't be that different. So got that. Let's see. Oh, I got this everything bagel seasoning. Who is it? Remy Ashton. I follow her, or I watch her videos, and she uses this all the time. So I thought I would try it. And then just some white chicken to eat with my broccoli. I have chicken in the freezer, but like if I don't feel like cooking all of it. So yeah, this is my Trader Joe's haul. Fun. Time to take a practice test.
6.5 hours later.
My practice test is done. Last one ever, which is really exciting. So now only one more. Hopefully I do well and I don't have to take it again. So I got a 5.12 on this practice test, which is definitely like not a bad score. Like I've had friends who've gotten like 5.10s and gotten into medical school. My goal on the exam is a 5.15 or above. I mean, obviously ideally higher. So there's a lot more studying for me to do. The one kind of things I've noticed is that I haven't studied that much of Gen Chem or physics going into this exam because I took those classes freshman and sophomore year of college, and so I just haven't retained that information as well. And like we went over it in the Princeton Review prep classes, but it's just not something I've spent an extensive amount of time studying. That was my worst section score, so I will absolutely be focusing my attention on those sections this week. My cars section was fine. It's just kind of I don't think there's much you can do to improve your score on that aside from practicing. My bio section went really well, which is as predicted because biology is one of my majors, so I study it a lot. I know it. I'm a TA for one of the classes, so hopefully I know that information well. And then psych and sociology also went well. Definitely could have gone better. I think one of the issues here is that all of my prep resources have been from Princeton Review, which covers most of the material, but it covers a little bit of different material than AAMC wants you to know for psych-soc. So I found a really good resource online that I'll be using to study for psych and sociology just to fill in the gaps that Princeton Review kind of left. So, but everything that I have studied, I did well on. So I'm confident about that. I'm going to take a quick break from studying, make dinner, maybe I'll put on a show or something or watch some YouTube videos, and then I'm going to focus tonight. I'm going to do a little bit more of psych-soc when I was going through the section because I never struggle with time on the psych-soc section. I was just writing down terms that came up in the questions that I wasn't familiar with, and so I'm going to go ahead and like fill in those gaps, study the rest of psych-soc, maybe review some of my chemistry note cards, though most of those are biochem and goodness, sorry. Most of those are biochem and orgo, which are the two topics I know fairly well. Go through those, watch some online videos, and then I'll probably try to go to bed early tonight. I do have to work tomorrow morning in lab, but I might try to take a half day just so I can come back and study. I probably will take half days every day this week. But yeah, it's almost over. I'm like really anxious. I really am, but I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna upload everything up to here as part one of getting ready for my Mcat. I don't want this to be too long of a video if I did it all at once. Plus this week is gonna be really intense, and I'll show you guys more of like my study mechanisms and like all of my resources. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back soon with getting ready for my Mcat part 2.